Canadian show, North American radio show, and now worldwide show, the LizyT Blog Talk Radio Show. She wants to know who you are, what you do, your contact info, anything new. And now, welcome the amazing LizyT.
Thank you, and hello, and welcome, everyone. I am your host and your producer of the LizyT radio show. We are live today, and as I've been saying on our social media, we have prepared for you an amazing show with a very amazing guest. I've been following this lady for quite a while. I remember when she used to do a show here in Toronto, and she is one of the reasons I look up to many people throughout my little career in radio that I've been having for the last 2 years. And she is one of the persons that actually influenced me to do what I'm doing right now. So, wow. Thank you. But before I bring my guest on, I just wanted to make sure that I take my couple of minutes that I always do to thank my listeners. I have to, because without you, without the support that you've been giving me, you've been giving us here at the LizyT Radio Show, this show could not be possible. We're being listened, everyone, all over the world. And yes, you heard it right. We've been listened all over the world. We have listeners in South America, Central America, Jamaica, Netherlands, here in Canada, throughout our 10 beautiful provinces. In the States, we have a huge following in the United States, Washington, D.C. A big mwah kiss to my following in Long Island, New York, Texas, Kansas, L.A. This is actually where my guest is residing. She's originally from Canada, but she is in L.A. right now. Also, we've been listening in Europe, Italy, Turkey, England, and Australia. So hello to my cousin in Australia. Also, we've been heard and all over, like I mentioned here, throughout Canada. And also, we have a huge following here in with our social media. So keep liking us on our Facebook and on Twitter. And also, we are on YouTube. If you're in the Toronto area and you want to be here at the LizyT Radio Show here at my home studio, you also will be videotaped, so you will be able to be on YouTube and also on Blog Talk Radio. If you're interested in being part of the LizyT Radio Show, please do not hesitate. Please email us, and the email is radio@LizyT.ca. Very easy, radio@LizyT.ca. And also, I want to thank my sponsors, because without you, this show could not be possible. We've been getting quite a bit of sponsors right now throughout North America. We're being also sponsored right now by
LizyT Radio Show is sponsored by NatureNova.ca, where dreams, memories, imagination, and discovery soar. Nature Nova is all about wildlife adventure, outdoor discovery, nature interpretation, and image originality. Nature Nova offers dynamic nature programs and presentations for schools, museums, libraries, nature centers, and special interest groups of all kinds. Be sure to visit naturenova.ca and book your special program or presentation today. Woman on Fire is a creating and blazing path, creating success for not only herself. She boldly shares her journey on this road with others, so they too can appreciate her challenges, witnessing her tears, but most of all, the smile of accomplishment. Woman on Fire seeks mentorship and support through the hills and valleys of business. She is not afraid to fail, because she knows that in her failure lies her lessons for success that will bring her from the darkness and into the light. Women on Fire are known for listening to that small voice in the depths of their inner being, choosing to believe in themselves when no one else does. Woman on Fire is about allowing yourself to discover and share your gifts with the world. Woman on Fire North America Tour is looking for sponsors for conferences Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Miami. Contact Allison Harvey at 647-713-3622. womanonfire.ca.
in the news. well, I'm hoping that here in Toronto, Canada, we will start to get a little bit of warmer weather, because I really have to tell you, I had to take March break out and I had to take my kids to beautiful Cuba because we couldn't handle this weather anymore. We've been here for a long, long, long time. My kids were born here. So I'm hoping that we can get a little bit of the sun that is supposed to be coming on March. Next, also, after our interview, don't forget that we are playing songs. Yeah, well, what is a radio show without songs? So for you that have submitted your MP3 and you are a great artist, or you want a little bit of an extra exposure for your music and for your craft here at the LizyT radio show, we are supportive. We are 150% supportive of your craft. If you write music, if you are a singer-songwriter, send us your MP3. As long as it's PR rated, I will be playing it for you. Today, we will be playing Rogers, and Roger is an artist from New York. I also had the privilege and honor to interview him here at the LizyT radio show, and I will be new release, which is called City Light. And last but not least, I will be playing Andrea Goodman. She is a Canadian artist and here in Toronto, Canada, and I will be playing her song as well. So, without further ado, my guest, my beautiful guest, is patiently waiting on the other line, and I will not make her wait any longer. But here is a little background and a little bio.
Hey, you guys just seem really lovely, so I feel like I should be totally honest right out of the gate, because, you know, it's tough to keep a deep, dark secret in the whole internet age, with the face tube and the U-books and stuff you kids are doing.
LizyT Radio Show.
Carla Collins. Carla Collins is an award-winning comedian, actress, television host, and writer. She has been hailed by the Canadian press as Canada's Tina Fey and the Queen of Comedy, and performs all over Canada and U.S. Carla's historical television series, Carla Wood, is a hit with views and critics alike. Season 2 of the highly acclaimed doc comedy is now airing on TV Tropolis and the Global Reality Channel. Carla is the subject of a documentary filmed entitled Who the Hell is Carla Collins?, which is currently shooting in LA. Carla's TV comedy now special, The Wonder Bra Years, won the Gold Award in Houston Comedy Festivals, and she has performed just for laughs, the Los Angeles Comedy Festival, and the Vancouver Comedy Festival, and currently appears in CBC Winnipeg Comedy Festival television special, Does This Joke Makes Me Look Fat? Carla just finished filming the movie The Extra. Carla's first book, Angels, Vampire, Douchebags, released by Berman Books, is touched as the world's first comedy motivational to me. This best-selling book has received glowing reviews. Carla was the first woman in Canada to anchor a major market morning radio show in Toronto, Mix 99.9. Carla currently lives in Malibu with her actor husband and rescues Wonder Dogs, Miles, and Dr. Zira.
LizyT Radio Show.
And without further ado, here's the beautiful, gorgeous Carla Collins, everyone. Hello, and welcome, Carla. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you, Lizzie?
Oh, fantastic, and thank you so much. What an honor to have somebody like yourself on my humble radio show here in Toronto, Canada. So how is the weather in LA right now? I bet you we're all jealous.
I don't think you want to know. very beautiful here. It's everything you're going to hate in Toronto, and it's been such a horrible winter. I was there a couple of times myself, so I try not to talk about the weather because, it's just going to make you mad.
So Carla,
it's quite beautiful here
Carla,
today, but we did have a couple of earthquakes, so, it all balances out.
Oh, my. Well, yes, I have been hearing in the news right now. Well, Chile had a couple of ugly incidents on Sunday night, so I figure that's part of the fault. So, yes, you probably will feel something as well. But, Carla, I just wanted to get into the nitty-gritty. And as I mentioned earlier, you are one of the motivations why I started to do radio. And thank you so much for giving me that inspiration. I mean, if Carla can do it, hey, why can I not, right? You decided to start in TV very early. I remember watching your show here in Toronto, Canada, the Carla show. What can you tell us? What you are original a Canadian? You were born here. You were raised here. You're originally from Canada, correct?
Of course, yes.
So what got you interested in media and hosting TV shows and doing radio? What was your background?
Well, I guess I've always been a bit of a ham. I started dancing when I was 2.5, probably because I was running around the house like a chihuahua shaking, a chihuahua on meth, and had lots of energy. So I think my poor parents just decided, let's get her doing something. And I still dance several times a week to this day. I do love it because I think it's impossible to be in a grumpy mood when you're dancing. Hard to be angry when you're dancing, so I loved doing that. I did a speech on comedy when I was in grade 6 and won, I think it was something like the Kiwanis Film Festival. I grew up in a lot of different small towns, so some small town festivals, so I always loved it. And then the irony is, I did languages in university because I thought, well, I want something stable. I don't want to just be, some type of actress/waitress hustling and looking for my next gig, but eventually this is exactly what I'm doing right now, so I think you just eventually do what you love doing. And I think it all came from there, just a love of performing and communicating with people. And when I was going to school in France, I took 1 year of university in France and started working on a radio show there in French, and then thought, well, media is kind of a good combination of what I love. It combines languages and communication with performing. So when I got back to Canada and graduated, was lucky enough to get a job right away at the Weather Network and different radio shows, and just like everybody else, have been trying to work my butt off ever since to keep doing what I love.
And I know that by watching your TV show, and I remember we can still find those TV shows on YouTube, and you are great at it. You're very personable, and this is one of the things that I don't know if I aspire to be on TV. My thing is the radio. I love the radio, and you were great at it as well. I remember listening to you in 99.9. Now, you have switched. You have completely gone around. I mean, I don't know if you still do radio. I know you do movies, and I know you're doing a lot of stuff, but you have switched your career from being on media to comedy. Can you talk about that? Why is the switch? Why did you decide to just completely turn your life around?
I don't know. I ask myself that question every day. I guess I felt it might keep me young to live like a college student again. I mean, I joke that, with what I'm doing now, I'm in so much debt that there's a child in Africa sponsoring me. So I'm the first one to call that joke. But honestly, I started in comedy very early. I actually did comedy right out of university, but I just didn't have a thick enough skin for it. I was just too nervous doing it, and then was very blessed to get lots of radio and TV jobs. So I didn't continue it. And then a couple of years ago, I just realized that was I try to be fearless. It was a fear I wanted to conquer. I remembered it was my first love. I mean, radio is kind of like my first crush, and comedy is my first love. And I remember Mark Breslin from Yuck Yuck saying that if I only jumped up and got on stage a couple times a year, I couldn't really call myself a comic, that this was something I had to do every week and write every day. And then a couple of years ago, I made my decision to do that, and I don't get nervous anymore. I can't wait to get on stage, and hell, I could do 45 minutes at a garage sale now. Now I can't wait to do it, and you have to do what you love and follow those dreams. So that's what got me back into doing what I think I can make the biggest difference and what I think has the most creativity, because you're, as a comedian, you're writer, performer, director, producer. So when it goes great, there's no better feeling, and then when it doesn't go well, you're kind of in hell. But I've been fortunate that's been going really well, and I think I just always wanted to go back to my first love.
And you're very good at it. You're listening to right now to the LizyT radio show. We are live today. We're live with Carla Collins. My goodness, what an honor, what a privilege to have such a great, accomplished lady here at the LizyT radio show. If you have a question for me or for my amazing and gorgeous guest, the number is 646-378-1975. And or if you don't want to be on the show with us live, on the live show, you can paste your comments and your questions right on my fan page. There's a link if you're listening to us on radio, on the internet, or on a tablet. Doesn't matter what medium it is that you have right now. You can post your questions right underneath, and my guest or you can definitely will be happy to answer any of your questions. Now, Carla, one of the things that you're great at it, and I love watching your videos. I cannot get enough. You are funny.
So sweet.
And where do you get your material?
Well, I think the best material just comes out of real stuff, and so basically, sometimes I'm a lazy writer, so I tend to write what I know, and whatever's happening, going on in life. I'm a huge fan of pop culture, so sometimes it's just what's happening in the media or something. I mean, I think the key with comedy is you're trying to find something that's highly original but also highly universal so that everybody can relate. And you spend a lot of time doing it, so I like to talk about things I love, whether it's traveling around and talking about other shows. I recently had to do a show for 200 kids, so that was different. And, I joke that, I think kids love me because I sort of look like a live-action Barbie, but Barbie where there's something a little off about her, like maybe a Barbie you might find at Winners or the dollar store, or, it's there's something a little bit wrong about that Barbie. And so I just tend to, whether it's my dogs or obviously relationships and almost anything and everything that happens to me. And I do love writing, so I do a little bit of writing every day, and my show's always a little bit different, probably because of my extreme ADD. I just love playing with the crowd. So I always think the best honesty sort of is born out of best comedy is born out of an honest place, and then you just add your own twist and exaggeration and randomness.
And that's a tough crowd to be able to make to entertain young kids. Wow, you must have done it really well. Love to see that video. Now, you also talking about writing. You wrote a book. My goodness, what accomplishment! I mean, I've been trying to write my book for a year now. So, can you tell us a little bit about your book and where can we get this?
Well, just do it. I mean, I think everybody's got several books in them, and it was a real labor of love, and it's. I think it was the first of its kind. It's a pretty comedic, motivational book, and since there's so many self-help books, I thought it's kind of an others help book. And I divided the world into three sections, and these are persons, places, things, and that's why I called it Angels, Vampires, and Douchebags. And we're probably all of us are a combination of all three, and angels are just things you love that save your butt and get you through the night. So it could be your mom or a warm bath or kids or dogs, and vampires are things that are very sexy and seductive, but you got to get them in small doses because they can ultimately suck the life out of you, like bad boys, and different things like that, and alcohol, and then, of course, D-bags don't really you want to stay away from them. Obviously, whether it's a person or extreme dieting or whatever, and you want a little bit less of those in your life. So, and then it's also highly autobiographical. All this chapters are accompanied by a couple of personal true stories. So it's a bit of a bio too.
Awesome. And where can we get this book?
You can go to my website, carlacollins.com, and it's available. There's also an audio version. It's available on Audible or Amazon.com and Amazon.ca.
Fantastic. Can't wait to get that copy just to get more of Carla Collins. Now, Carla, when are you going to come to, I know you've traveled all over the United States. You're a huge success in the United States. And here at the LizyT Radio Show, we are commending you and applauding you for this success. And we wish that you can continue to have even more success. I know you've traveled quite a bit, as I mentioned earlier, but so when can we see Carla Collins in Toronto, Canada? Love to come to see you and take great pictures with you.
Great. Well, I actually have a show coming up in Toronto. I'm going to be at the Flying Beaver Pub-A-Ray, which is on Parliament Street in Cabbagetown, and that's on Sunday, April 6th at 7 o'clock. It's an early show because it's a Sunday.
Fantastic. I'll sure be getting my ticket to see you. And also, but not least, Carla, I always like to ask my guests this question, and because you are so successful, and I don't mean to say money successful, I mean to say you're doing what you love to do. To me, that's success. And to a lot of my listeners, there we go. So for somebody who's listening to us right now, and comedy is one of the hardest things to do, I take my hat to you, because I don't think there's a lot of people that love to do what you're doing, but it takes them a lot. It's a lot of hard work, and again, it's being petrified in front of people that they might laugh or they may not laugh at your joke. What would you say to my listeners, somebody who would love to do something that what you're doing? What kind of advice would you give us?
Well, first of all, whether it's comedy or anything you love to do, I mean, the first thing to do is, I think when you put it in perspective, how I got over being scared is like, I'm not on the front lines, in Kandahar, Afghanistan or somewhere, so it's really not life or death. The only person who can die is, me on stage. So it's not, I try to put it in perspective, and Lord knows I shouldn't be a doctor. That everything that is worthwhile and that you have a passion for is going to take some hard work. Surround yourself with people who are really supportive and who, feed your energy and your dreams as much as humanly possible, because you're always going to meet with resistance. And, don't give up on it, because sometimes after a huge setback, that's right when the big win or a big break is going to happen. I think if you live with the philosophy that something great is just around the corner, not to sound trite, because sometimes when things are going bad and people say something like that, you want to punch them in the face, and I'm no different. But you just have to have, there was a great thing when nobody else believes in you got to believe in yourself. So even if you need to fake that at first, and there's you always have to take a risk. Maybe it doesn't work out or it leads to something else, but I think, that's the famous saying, and I don't know who, I think the quote is by Anonymous. I'm not sure who said it, but the only risk is not taking one. You don't know till you try, and nothing's really scary once you do it, more often. And I thank you very much for saying that. I inspired you. And also because I think it's really important to help other women. It's a big thing of mine is that we all need mentors. There's always people we can look up to, always people we can help, and if we form that sisterhood, we could take over the whole planet. I've always thought that. So, if there's someone you look up to, reach out. I always try to help others and look for the same with them. So that's something else to keep in mind. And you have to really give it your 100 and whatever. I'm not good in math, so you can give it 170% if it's something you really want to do, because then you'll never feel like you're working, because you're enjoying it and you're loving. And I think, with something like comedy, really it's just entertainment. I always say I'm kind of just a professional rodeo clown, so the more fun I'm having, the more at ease I am. It's like being a good host on a radio show or at a dinner party. The more fun your guests or your audience is going to have, because it's infectious. And I think having, if you look like you're in command, everybody can sit back and breathe a sigh of relief and maybe just escape. You're talking off the top of the show about all the stuff happening, whether it's Welcome to Toronto, where the taxes are low and the mayor is high, to missing airplanes that no one can. I mean, the world's a cuckoo place, so it can't hurt to have, release some endorphins and not the biggest thing I would say to everybody, no matter what you're doing, is not to take yourself so seriously. You know, the worst, people don't do things because, you know, we're all scared and we think, well, what if I look bad? And then you find out nothing, it won't kill you. It's fine to be humiliated. I joke that the Kabbalists say every humiliation raises you higher, and I'm like, I could be orbiting the earth with how many times I've fallen on my butt, been humiliated, things haven't worked out. The great thing about comedy is I can usually turn that into material. Like I said, I'm a lazy writer. So when you realize that there's nothing that horrible that can happen, don't be afraid to go out there and put it all on the line. The best thing is that it works. The worst thing is that you have a laugh about it with your friends over some wine.
This is great. Oh, my goodness. There's so much you gave us, so much that my listeners and myself, and this is one of the reasons I do the radio show, Carla, is because I take so much, I learn so much with my guests. And there's three things that I love. There's a lot that you gave us, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your expertise with myself and with my listeners all over the world. But three things that I love is not a life or death situation. It's so true. We're not doctors that are going to save somebody's life. We just and it doesn't matter if you're into radio or into singing or doing comedian. It's not a life and death situation. Just try and surround yourself with positive people. This is so true. It's so true. A lot of people surround themselves with negative people, and that negative attracts negative. And last but not least, don't give up. The answer is just around the corner. What you need to find is that pearl. Is just that one shell that is going to open the doors for you. Carla, my goodness, I can talk to you forever. You are such an inspiration. I have so much to look up to you. And my goodness, I can talk to you forever. My listeners will love to hear your jokes. But on April 6th, if you are listening to us right now, and this show is recorded, by the way, just look them up. I will have the link here on my social media, also on my website, for you to come and see Carla, because I am definitely going to be there. I'd love to have my picture taken with you, Carla. I want to thank you so much, Carla.
I can't wait to meet you in person.
I want to thank you so much for being part of the LizyT. Oh, you're very welcome. Any last word?
Just keep doing what you're doing, girl. You sound like a delight. And, I'm very, congratulations. Keep making everybody's day a bit better and enjoy. And thank you for all the sweet words. And, keep going, girl.
It's an honor and a pleasure coming from you, Carla. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening.
You too, doll.
Thank you. And that was a great, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous Carla Collins. Her website right now, by the way, is carlacollins.com. She is right now right underneath my fan page. There's a link. Please make sure that you follow her up. She's an amazing lady to follow. She's funny. She is great. Now, on the musical section, before we run out of time, I mentioned to you, if you submit your MP3, I will be playing your song. What is a radio show without music, correct? So I will be playing Roger. He is an artist from New York, which I had the privilege and honor to interview here last month at the LizyT radio show. And he has released his first single, and the song is called City Life. I really hope you enjoy it. Let's support Roger.
City, take two, I gotta say Boston, LA, I rock New York, I represent. Going ham, man, we ain't even started yet. It's like this party is a go, and all systems are in check. No time for fake, cause that's not what we do. No time for hate, we got them watching like, ooh. Got the haters watching like, ooh. Stand back and watch us go now. Bright lights at night with your shades on. Champagne blow like a waterfall. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. From spot to spot in the limousine, hotel rooftop, we on the scene. city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. We raise the bar like a glass and then we drink it up. Number one with a bullet, so now we live it up. We bout to detonate, the doubters suffocate. They be blind off our shine, illuminate. No time for fake, cause that's not what we do. No time for hate, we got them watching like ooh. Got the haters watching like ooh. Stand back and watch us go now. Bright lights at night with your shades on. Champagne flow like a waterfall. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. From spot to spot in a limousine, hotel rooftop, we on the scene. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. Now that you know that's how we roll, from beginning to end it's our show. But we always got room for one more. So what the hell you waiting for now? But if you come along, know that our game is strong. If you can hang then you're down, and if you can't go home, we got nothing to prove, but still we making moves. So put your hands in the air and raise your hands to roof. Bright lights at night with your shades on. Champagne flow like a waterfall. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. From spot to spot in a limousine, hotel rooftop, we on the scene. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. Bright lights at night, 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 night. Champagne flow like. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. From spot to spot in a limousine, hotel rooftop, we on the scene. It's that city life, big city life. It's that city life, big city life. This is our road, baby. This is how we roll. This is our road, baby. This is how we roll. This is our road, baby. This is how we roll. This is our road, baby. This is how we roll.
And that was Roger, Big City Light. And let's support Roger. Before I continue on with my next few songs.
LizyT Radio Show is sponsored by NatureNova.ca, where dreams, memories, imagination, and discovery soar. Nature Nova is all about wildlife adventure, outdoor discovery, nature interpretation, and image originality. Nature Nova offers dynamic nature programs and presentations for schools, museums, libraries, nature centers, and special interest groups of all kinds. Be sure to visit NatureNova.ca and book your special program or presentation today.
And we're back. This is your host and producer of the LizyT Radio Show. We will be continuing with our musical section here at the LizyT Radio Show. Next up is Andrea Godin. Andrea is a new artist, and she has released a single. Hope you enjoy it.
I read the letter you sent. So many words wrote down. I think that maybe it's time to turn a page now. This ain't no happy ending. It's feeling more like a curse. I just want one more night. How can I make your mind reverse? We're burning down.
That was Andrea Gooden. And last but not least, we will be playing Sorrento's with the song Let It Not Where I Want to Be, brother. And we'll be back with another show tomorrow with another fantastic guest. Thank you for listening. This is your host and the producer of the LizyT Radio Show, and make it a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
I'm turning 30 tomorrow. I'm not where I wanna be. Can't help seeing this reality. Don't know where I went wrong. Only feel like writing a song. I woke up today feeling the same. I can't help but feel my life is not real. All these dreams I dream of every night. All these years I yearn for the fire. Once I was so sure, I stood on top of the world. Nothing I could do. My heart always so true. But I woke up today feeling the same. I can't help but feel my life is not real. All these dreams I dream of every night. All these years I yearn